everyone. So as you know, one of the reasons I started this channel was because I wanted to reflect on my own experiences and see how I personally grew over time, but I also wanted to give other people a chance to learn from my experiences as well. And so the newest addition, the newest idea I had was to start making vlogs, because vlogs are a direct insight into my life and what I've done. And the cool part is I've vlogged every single medical school interview I went to. I didn't vlog the details of every interview, but kind of like the days of leading up to it, the feelings I had, and all that stuff. So I'm proud to introduce my very first vlog, and it's when I went to interview at Mayo Medical School. But I have to make the distinction that this vlog is not about my interview experience at Mayo at all. Instead, it's only about the time I spent in Minnesota before I actually went to Mayo for my interview. Because I was taking a gap year, I actually had a ton of extra time, and what that meant is when I got an interview at a place, I usually took out maybe 4 or 5 days. And even though the interview was just one day, I'd spent the 4 days leading up to it kind of exploring the state. And in this case, this vlog is about me exploring Minnesota. So here's just a snapshot of what I got. I mean, it's not as relevant to med school, but it's going to serve as a great introduction to the med school vlogs that are to come. So here is my short that I recorded as I explored Minnesota. I will upload more vlogs coming soon.
This is my host. Hi, Abhishek. He doesn't want to talk. He's a camera shy dude. Say hi, dude.
What's up?
Just to put this in context, this is like University of Minnesota, which is entirely different and in a different city than the actual Mayo Clinic. I'm just here to visit this guy and to stay at his house because I get housing. But I mean, it's not even close to Rochester. It's like, what, 90 minutes away?
Yeah.
Yeah. Still, it's really cool. Biggest public university I've seen, which is saying a lot, considering I went to a public university.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, their public transportation is amazing. $2.25 for 4 hours. 4 hours. You can ride as many trains, as many buses as you want, but you just pay $2.25 for 4 hours, which is much better than BART, which is like $4 for one way to like San Francisco, and then $4 back. Here, $2.25 one-time fee. I like that. That's why Minnesota's moving up in the world, and California's in a drought. It's also a Democratic state. It's a big check mark for Minnesota right there. This is the campus now, I think. Right? That's campus. Look. And then show them the other side. That was unnecessary. This is Abhishek. Really green. They have a park. We don't have a park. How come you get all this stuff we don't have?
I think you guys have a tuition problem there too.
We have a tuition problem there too. Yeah. Wait, what are you paying for tuition? So I pay like $25K a semester. Oh wait. Yeah, I think it's a... No, it's a year. It's a year.
Yeah, I pay 13.
He pays
a
13
semester.
for a much better campus, cheaper housing, by the way. What is it? $500 for a single.
Yeah.
$1,500 for a single at Berkeley. So saving in that department too. Got better facilities. Got 55,000 students. You got random statues just hanging out in the middle of their campus. Campus is insane. We're like at the tip of it, by the way. This is like what, 1/50th of the campus, I'm assuming?
Yeah, it's not. We just got on.
Yeah, and it took us like a mile, which is good. You get a lot of walking in, so you don't have to worry about like heart disease.
Except you eat shitty food like every other day.
Well, you can eat shit, you can eat bad food, but you can just walk it off. Yeah, that's what I like to think. They also bike everywhere. Look at these bikes. Just got a bunch of bikes everywhere. Yeah. Anyway, University of Minnesota for you.
Yeah.
It's called University of Minnesota Twin Cities because it goes between the Twin Cities of Minnesota, which are Minneapolis and St. Paul. And St. Paul is the capital of Minnesota, not Minneapolis. Yeah, see that? I'm educated. Oh, and Wisconsin is to the east of Minnesota. I learned that. Iowa's to the south. Minnesota is also the northernmost state. See how much I'm picking up from this guy? Look at how good of a host he is. Look at this guy. 3:30 a.m. here. Technically 1:30 a.m. back at home, but it's been a really good day. I think I got to see a lot of Minnesota with Abhishek, especially the part around here, Minneapolis. It's really nice. I personally like it a lot. It's suburban, not that many people, but again, this is not indicative of Mayo Clinic. I just personally wanted to come here for a couple days beforehand, just hang out with Abhishek and see what it was like. One thing that I really enjoyed about the area is the lack of high prices. It's really great. Like gas was $2.15, and bus tickets were $2.25, as I mentioned, for 4 hours. Another thing that kind of becomes clear to me because of these processes of actually coming out here and doing things is just the fact that I like this type of environment. So another thing that I'm going to be looking for in medical schools is seeing if there's an environment like the one I just saw today that's kind of like suburban slash urban, where there's a decent amount of people around, a lot of things going on. I really would not like to be completely isolated from humanity. And I don't think there are very many medical schools like that. I just realized that it does make a difference for me. And it's when you come out to these things that you realize that these things do make a difference. The plan for tomorrow, I'm not exactly sure yet. Maybe I'll go out, maybe I won't. If I don't go out, I'll probably be brushing up on a lot of medical school stuff that I need to know for the interview, because apparently they like to see you be prepared. I'm not prepared at all. And if I do go out, I'll be seeing places in Minneapolis. So yeah, that'll be pretty cool. But that's it for today. All right, so started my second day pretty late, at like 11-ish. Woke up, got showered, and ready to go. I made a plan. Currently in like downtown Minnesota, so super cool. As I told you guys already, they have a really good public transit system. So I got here using public transportation. 2 observations that I haven't noted already. So they have Starbucks here, but Starbucks doesn't seem to be as big as this thing called Caribou Coffee. So Caribou Coffee is like their coffee here. The other thing is the housing. So the housing is actually significantly cheaper than California. I think any housing is cheaper than Bay Area, California housing. All right, I'm at the Mississippi River behind me. And I'm actually gonna go on the Stone Arc Bridge, which is actually not the bridge you see behind me. That's not the Stone Arc Bridge. The Stone Arc Bridge is actually behind me in that direction. But slightly upstream of the Stone Arc Bridge, within the Mississippi River, there's only one naturally occurring waterfall. And those are called the Falls of St. Anthony, and you can actually see them from here. So hopefully as I move forward, I'll be able to show you those falls. But those are the only naturally occurring waterfall on the Mississippi. Are the Falls of St. Anthony, the only naturally occurring falls in the Mississippi River. And the Mississippi separates the western United States from the eastern United States. So we're literally sitting on the divide of the United States, which is pretty cool. I actually think this is amazing. I'm just hoping my phone doesn't blow out of my hand because it's pretty windy. Just gonna keep walking. Alright, so my decision has been made. If you have time in Minneapolis, definitely have to check out the downtown area. I mean, aside from the fact that the Vikings play there, you also have a ton of parks. I just went to Gold Medal Park, which is like a really odd name for a park, but it has this like spiral staircase thing. Well, it's not a spiral staircase, spiral sidewalk that eventually leads to like the top, and you'll see it behind me. You can see a glimpse of it right there. That's the spiral staircase, and it goes to the top. You get a really nice view of everything. There's also this really cool memorial rectified structure they put up, because apparently there was a bridge here that collapsed in 2007, I believe, and so they have a memorial for them. I think 13 people died, so they have 13 pillars that light up as the same colors that the new bridge, and they have like 120-ish other casualties. And the other thing is, like, aside from that memorial, the place is just really nice right now. I mean, I don't know if I'm abnormal and I got here on a completely different day and the weather's not usually like this, but this is really good weather. Um, there's this park that I'm at right now is also right next to Guthrie, which is like a really really big theater. They're trying to. They said that they made it as a way to be like subpar to Broadway, like a place for people to perform that would be just as intense as Broadway, but without the pressure of it being Broadway. It's actually a really nice theater. I think you can see the bit of it back there behind me. Let's see if I can back up. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. That is the Guthrie. It's pretty nice. And if I didn't already mention, biking is a huge thing here. So you'll see behind me. Wrong one. Bikes. Bikes everywhere. But yeah, look at how empty everything is. Oh my god. This is like a park on like a normal weekday. And it's just totally empty. So either Minnesota does not have that many people, or people don't like parks. Either way, I'm okay with this.
Boom, there you have it. Clearly, you can tell I am not even close to you good at vlogging yet. It's still something I'm trying to work out. But that was my Minnesota-ish experience. I got to see the Mississippi, hung out with Abhishek. It was a great time. The next vlog I'll be uploading will definitely have much more medical school stuff in it. A lot more places that I saw related to med school. But as you can see, it was not just about med school this year. Spent a lot of time exploring a lot of states, a lot of places I'd never been to before, and it was great.